My wife accused me of flirting with her sister at Thanksgiving. I denied it. Then I checked the security cameras and saw her sister trying to kiss me while I slept on the couch. I played the footage during dessert. My wife still blamed me, so I left them both. And then, original post I, 35 male. Honestly, don't know where to even start with this mess, but here goes. My wife, 33, and I hosted Thanksgiving this year at our place. We've been married for 6 years, together for 9. Her younger sister, 29, came to stay with us for the long weekend since she just moved back to the area after her divorce finalized 3 months ago. She's been different since the split. More attention-seeking, constantly posting thirst traps on Instagram. That kind of energy. Thanksgiving Day was normal, cooked a turkey, made sides, had my in-laws over. Everything was fine until about 8 p.m. when everyone left and it was just the 3 of us cleaning up. My wife suddenly got quiet, like scary quiet. I asked what was wrong. Nothing, she said, but in that tone that means definitely something. Her sister was in the kitchen putting away leftovers, humming to herself. "Babe, seriously, what's up?" she exploded. "Don't babe me. I saw how you were looking at her all night. The way you laughed at her jokes, you barely talked to me." I was genuinely confused. What? I was talking to everyone. It's Thanksgiving. Bullshit. You were flirting with my sister right in front of me. Her sister came out of the kitchen. "Whoa, what's going on?" "Stay out of this," my wife snapped at her. Then back to me. "I'm not blind. The looks, the attention. I saw it." There were no looks. I was being a normal host. We argued for like 20 minutes. She was convinced I'd been eye-banging her sister all day. Her sister just stood there looking uncomfortable, occasionally saying, "I didn't notice anything weird," which somehow made my wife angrier. I was exhausted from cooking all day and honestly just done with the conversation. Told my wife I was sleeping on the couch because I wasn't going to bed angry like this. She said, "Good. Maybe you can fantasize about my sister in peace." Low blow, but whatever. I crashed on the couch around 11 p.m. Woke up Friday morning to my wife shaking me awake at 6 a.m. "We need to talk, now." Made coffee, sat at the kitchen table. Her sister was still asleep in the guest room. My wife had apparently been up all night thinking and had decided I was definitely into her sister and she deserved better than a husband who disrespects her like this. I tried to defend myself again, but she wasn't hearing it. Started talking about marriage counseling, how maybe we needed to work on boundaries, all this stuff. That's when I remembered. We installed security cameras 6 months ago after the neighborhood had some break-ins. One's in the living room, pointed at the front door but captures most of the couch area. You know what? Let me pull up the camera footage from last night. You can see I literally just slept. She scoffed. Fine, waste of time, but sure. Pulled up the app on my phone. Started the footage from when I laid down at 11:07 p.m. For the first hour, nothing. Just me sleeping. My wife looked smug, like she was waiting for me to do something in my sleep that proved her right. Then at 12:34 a.m., the guest room door opens. Her sister comes out in pajama shorts and a tank top. She looks at the bedroom door, where my wife was presumably asleep, then walks over to the couch. She stands there for like 30 seconds just watching me sleep. Creepy, but okay. Then she sits on the edge of the couch, touches my shoulder. I don't wake up, I sleep like the dead, and then this girl leans down and tries to kiss me. I apparently moved in my sleep right before her lips touched mine, turning my head. She jerked back, looked panicked, and quickly went back to the guest room. The whole thing was 3 minutes tops. My wife's face went white watching this. What was she? Yeah, I said. So, want to revise your accusation? She just stared at the phone screen. Watched it again and again. Then she got up and went to the guest bedroom. I heard her banging on the door. "Wake up, get out here now." Her sister came out looking confused and scared. "What's wrong?" My wife shoved my phone in her face. "Want to explain this?" Her sister watched the footage. Her face went red, then pale, then red again. I was checking on him. I heard a noise and you tried to kiss him while he was sleeping. I wasn't. I thought he might be cold and I was adjusting the blanket. There's no blanket in the video. Try again. This went on for like 15 minutes. Her sister kept making worse and worse excuses. Finally, she started crying and locked herself in the guest room. My wife turned to me. I figured, okay, finally, vindication. Wrong. Why didn't you wake up? She asked. What? When she came over, why didn't you wake up and tell her to leave? Because I was asleep. You know, the thing you accused me of not doing peacefully. You must have sensed something. Some part of you wanted this. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Are you serious right now? She wouldn't just do that for no reason. You must have been giving her signals. I was unconscious. During the day then, you must have been flirting and she got the wrong idea. We went in circles. No matter what I said, she found a way to make it partly my fault. The sister came out eventually and they both started ganging up on me about how I created this situation. I was done. Completely done. You know what? I'm going to my brother's place for the weekend. You two figure out your issues. Packed a bag and left. Stayed at my brother's place Friday and Saturday. Ignored both their calls and texts. Sunday afternoon, I got a call from my mother-in-law. Apparently, my wife told her parents that I'd been inappropriate with her sister and they wanted to talk. Sent her the camera footage. No context, just the video. She called back 10 minutes later. Oh, this is not what she told us. Yeah, no kidding. Update 1. 1 week later. So it's been a week since Thanksgiving and somehow everything got worse. Way worse. First, let me address what happened after I sent my mother-in-law that footage. She called an emergency family meeting at her house Sunday evening, told my wife and her sister they both needed to be there. I wasn't invited, but my mother-in-law called me afterward to fill me in. Apparently, she played the video for the whole family. Her husband, my wife's older brother, everyone. My wife tried to spin it as he must have encouraged her somehow. But her sister cracked under pressure. She admitted she's had a tiny crush on me since my wife and I started dating. Said her divorce awakened feelings, and she thought maybe we had a connection on Thanksgiving. Claimed she was going to confess her feelings, but wanted to test if he felt the same. First, while he was sleeping. Yeah, she literally said that out loud, apparently. My brother-in-law told her that was psycho behavior, and my mother-in-law kicked her out of the house. Told her not to come back until she got her life together. But here's where it gets messy. My wife called me Monday morning. We need to talk. In person. Met her at a coffee shop near our house. She looked like she hadn't slept. I owe you an apology, she started. I shouldn't have blamed you for what she did. Okay. But I still think you could have set better boundaries with her during the day. And there it was. The but. What boundaries? I talked to her like a normal human at Thanksgiving dinner. You laughed really hard at her joke about the turkey. It was funny. And you complimented her dress. I said, nice dress in passing. You picked it out with her. She had this whole list of micro-interactions from Thanksgiving that she'd apparently been obsessing over. Every normal conversation was suddenly evidence I'd been encouraging her sister. Look, I said, your sister tried to kiss me while I was unconscious. I did nothing wrong. If you can't accept that, we have a problem. I accept it. I just think we need to talk about why it happened. It happened because your sister is dealing with her divorce badly and made a terrible decision. That's it. That's the whole story. We went back and forth. She kept trying to find some way to make it partially about my behavior. I finally told her I wasn't coming home until she could fully admit I did nothing wrong, period. No qualifiers. She got mad and left. Tuesday, her sister started texting me. At first it was apologies. I'm so sorry I was drunk. She wasn't. I saw the footage. I'm mortified. Please don't hate me, all that. Then Tuesday night. I know this is weird, but I think we should talk. Clear the air. I didn't respond. Wednesday. I know you're mad, but I meant what I did. I have real feelings for you. Oh boy. Thursday she called me. I didn't answer. She left a voicemail. Look, I get that the timing was bad and the method was wrong, but you can't tell me you don't feel something too. I see how you look at me. Your wife doesn't appreciate you like I would. Saved all of it. Forwarded it to my wife. My wife's response? Why is she texting you? Did you listen to what she said? She's just confused. You need to block her and not engage. I haven't been engaging. Well, she obviously thinks you are somehow. I lost it. Told her that her sister was now actively hitting on me, had admitted feelings, and her response was to blame me for it. She backtracked, but the damage was done. I told her I wanted space to figure out if this marriage was even salvageable. Friday night, I went back to the house to get more of my stuff. My wife wasn't there, but her sister was. Apparently, my wife had let her come over to apologize in person. She was in my living room, wearing a dress, makeup done, wine open. "Hey," she said, all nervous. "I'm glad you're here. We really need to talk." "No, we don't. Why are you in my house?" "Your wife said I could come over. She wanted us to clear the air." This felt like a setup. I pulled out my phone and started recording audio in my pocket. "There's nothing to clear. You crossed a line. Multiple lines. I need you to leave. Just hear me out. I know what I did was wrong, but it came from a real place. I've had feelings for you for years. I tried to ignore them, but stop. I'm married to your sister. A marriage that's falling apart. She doesn't get you like I do. We have a connection. We have no connection. You're my sister-in-law. That's it. You can't tell me you never noticed me. Never thought about it. Never. Not once. And now you've made things incredibly uncomfortable for everyone." She started crying. "You're being so cold. I put myself out there, and you're just rejecting me?" "Yes, I am rejecting you. Clearly and definitively. Leave. Now." She left, but not before saying, "You'll regret this. I could make you happy." Stopped the recording, sent it to my wife immediately. Her response came 20 minutes later. "Why did you have to be so harsh with her? She's fragile right now." I didn't respond. Started looking up divorce lawyers that night. Saturday, my mother-in-law called. "What is going on? Your wife says you're being cruel to her sister. Her sister says you led her on. I don't know what to believe anymore." Sent her the audio recording. She called back immediately. "I'm so sorry, this is insane. Her sister is, I don't know what's gotten into her, and your wife defending her? I don't understand." "Yeah, me neither. Do you want me to talk to her? Honestly, I think I'm past talking." Sunday morning, my wife showed up at my brother's place, banged on the door until I answered. "We need to fix this," she said. "How? You keep finding ways to make your sister's behavior my responsibility. Because you're not innocent in this. You could have shut her down harder." I was asleep. Not just that night. Before. You should have seen this coming. That's when it hit me. She needed this to be partly my fault. Because if it was 100% her sister's fault, that meant her sister was a bad person. And if her sister was a bad person, what did that say about her family? Her judgment? Easier to split the blame. "I'm done," I told her. "I'm filing for divorce." She started crying. "You're throwing away 6 years over this? You're the one who can't admit your sister tried to kiss your husband and then spent a week hitting on him." "Yeah, I'm done." I closed the door. Heard her sobbing outside for a while before she left. Consulted with a lawyer Monday morning, started the paperwork. Update 2. 3 weeks later. It's been 3 weeks since I filed for divorce, and I genuinely did not think things could get more absurd. I was wrong. So after I filed, my wife went through the standard stages: denial, anger, bargaining, more anger. She moved back in with her parents because I refused to leave our house. Lawyer said I shouldn't, and since my name's on the deed from before we married, I had solid ground. Her sister went off the deep end. She started posting vague stuff on social media about toxic people who don't see what's right in front of them, and sometimes the heart wants what it wants, even if timing is bad. My buddy sent me screenshots. Comments were a mix of supportive and confused people asking what was going on. Then 2 weeks ago, she showed up at my work. I'm an accountant at a mid-size firm. She came into the lobby and asked for me. Receptionist called my extension. There's someone here to see you? Says she's family." I went down. She was there in jeans and a sweater, holding a Starbucks. "Got you a coffee," she said, all smiles. "Your usual." "How do you know my usual?" "I pay attention to things about you. Red flags everywhere." "Why are you here?" "I wanted to see where you work, and I thought maybe we could grab lunch." "Talk without everyone else around?" "No, you need to leave." "Come on, just lunch, as friends." "We're not friends. Your sister is my soon-to-be ex-wife. This is inappropriate." Her smile faded. "You're still hung up on that? She's the one who accused you. I'm the one who actually cares about you. You tried to kiss me while I was unconscious?" Some coworkers were starting to notice the conversation getting heated. She noticed too and lowered her voice. "One mistake. I apologized. But you're throwing away something real because of technicalities." Technicalities? You violated my consent. She teared up. I knew you'd be like this. You're just like my ex. Can't see a good thing when it's right there. She left. I immediately called my lawyer and documented the workplace visit. He said if she shows up again, file for a restraining order. Told my wife about it via text. We're only communicating through text now per lawyer's advice. Her response, why are you antagonizing her? I stopped responding after that. Then last week, the real chaos started. My mother-in-law called me, sounding exhausted. I need to tell you something. Her sister moved back in with us last week. She's been fixated on you. Talks about you constantly. Your wife is getting upset about it. Upset about what? About her sister still having feelings for you. They've been fighting. A lot. Apparently, my wife is now mad at her sister for continuing to pursue me. Not because it's wrong, but because he's mine, not yours. The possessive language when she literally accused me of flirting and blamed me for being assaulted in my sleep. The irony. My mother-in-law continued. Last night they had a huge fight. Her sister said if you were divorcing anyway, she should get a chance. Your wife said you were her husband first. It got physical. They broke a lamp. What? Her father had to pull them apart. It's a nightmare. I don't know what to do. That's not my problem to solve. I know. I just thought you should know. In case one of them tries to contact you. Sure enough, that night I got a text from my wife. We need to talk about her. And from her sister. I need to tell you something about her. I ignored both. 2 days ago, I got served with something from my wife's lawyer. A request for spousal support during the divorce proceedings. We kept finances mostly separate, but she's claiming she gave up career opportunities to support my advancement. I got 1 promotion in 6 years. She's a teacher with tenure. My lawyer laughed at the filing. This is weak, don't worry. But it gets better. In the filing, her lawyer included a section about emotional distress caused by husband's relationship with wife's sister. My relationship? My lawyer was baffled. We submitted the camera footage and audio recording as evidence to counter that nonsense. Yesterday was the first mediation session. It was supposed to be lawyers only, but my wife insisted on being there. So did I. We sat on opposite sides of a conference table. Her lawyer laid out her position. She wants the house, again, my name only on deed, bought before marriage, half my retirement, been contributing since before we met, and $2,000 a month spousal support. My lawyer countered. She gets whatever personal items she brought into the marriage, and we split any marital assets acquired during marriage, about $15,000 in a joint savings. That's it. Her lawyer brought up emotional distress again. My lawyer played the audio recording of her sister hitting on me in my own house. My wife's face went red. That's taken out of context. What context makes that okay? My lawyer asked. Silence. Then my wife said something wild. He could have told me she was coming over. I didn't know. He probably invited her. Your text logs show you told her she could come over, my lawyer said. We have those records. More silence. Mediation ended with no agreement. We'll probably end up in court, but my lawyer is confident. The prenup we signed, her idea, ironically, because she didn't want to mix finances, is airtight. But here's the kicker. After mediation, as we're walking to our cars, her sister pulls up in the parking lot of the lawyer's office. How did she know we'd be there? She gets out of the car, walks straight past my wife, and approaches me. Can we please just talk? 5 minutes? My wife loses it. Are you kidding me right now? You followed us here? I'm not talking to you. This is between me and him. There is no me and him. He's my husband. A husband you accused of cheating. A husband you're divorcing. You don't get to claim him anymore. They started shouting at each other in the parking lot. My lawyer gently pulled me toward my car. Let's go before this gets worse. As I'm driving away, I see my wife shove her sister. Her sister shoves back. They're full-on fighting in a lawyer's parking lot. Got a call from my mother-in-law an hour later. They both got arrested. Disorderly conduct. Can you please not press charges? I didn't call the cops, someone else did. I know, but if they ask you, I'm staying out of it. They both spent the night in jail, posted bail this morning. My mother-in-law is apparently making them both go to therapy. My wife texted me today, this is your fault. You turned her against me. Her sister texted, I can't believe she attacked me. Over you. She doesn't deserve you. I blocked them both. Changed my number. Only my lawyer has it now. Final update, 6 weeks later. It's been 6 weeks since I filed and I'm genuinely exhausted, but there's resolution. So here's the final update. The divorce was finalized last week. Took longer than expected because my wife kept changing lawyers, 3 total, and each one had to get up to speed. But my lawyer was right. The prenup held up, and the evidence was overwhelming. Final settlement. I keep the house, my retirement, and my car. She gets her car, her personal belongings, and $8,000 from our joint savings, her half. No alimony, no spousal support, clean break. Her lawyer tried to argue I'd been cruel by recording her sister and sharing footage without consent, but it was my house, my security system, and one-party consent state. Everything I did was legal. The judge was not amused by their attempts to make me the villain. During the final hearing, her lawyer brought up the emotional affair with the sister one last time. My lawyer played the full security footage and audio recording. Judge watched the whole thing. So your client accused him of flirting, then video evidence showed her sister assaulted him in his sleep, then the sister verbally confessed to pursuing him. And you're arguing he had an affair? The judge said. Her lawyer had no response. Judge granted the divorce on my terms. It was over in 30 minutes. My ex-wife cried in the courtroom. Her sister was there, why? And tried to comfort her. My ex pushed her away and called her a homewrecker. In court, the bailiff had to tell them to leave. As for the sisters, their relationship is apparently destroyed. My former brother-in-law told me, we stayed friendly throughout this, that they're not speaking. His parents had to institute a rule where they can't be at family events at the same time. My ex-wife is living with a friend now, according to him. Working on finding herself and going to therapy. She apparently told her therapist I emotionally abandoned her during a crisis, and the therapist gently pointed out that the crisis was of her own making. Her sister moved 3 states away. I guess the awkwardness finally got to her. But before she left, she sent me one final text from a new number. I know you hate me, but I need you to know I meant everything I said. In another life, we could have been happy together. I hope you find someone who sees you the way I do. I didn't respond. Blocked the number. Changed my locks again anyway because I don't trust her. My brother asked if I felt vindicated. Honestly, no. I just feel tired. 6 years of my life gone because my wife couldn't handle the cognitive dissonance of her sister being inappropriate. The mental gymnastics she did to make it partly my fault were Olympic level. The craziest part is looking back at our relationship and seeing the red flags I ignored. The way she always needed to be right, how she'd twist situations to avoid admitting fault. How her sister was always weirdly competitive with her, and she'd get defensive about it. I'm not dating yet, not ready. My therapist says I need to process the betrayal and the gaslighting before I can trust anyone new. She's probably right. I did get a dog though, golden retriever named Biscuit. He's a good boy who doesn't accuse me of things I didn't do. Low bar, but here we are. Sold the house 2 weeks ago. Too many bad memories. Got a condo downtown. Fresh start, new furniture, no ghosts. My ex's family has been surprisingly supportive. Her parents sent me an apology card. Her brother still invites me to his kids' events. I decline, but it's nice. They seem genuinely embarrassed by how their daughters acted. Someone asked if I regret hosting Thanksgiving. Honestly, no. Better to find out who people really are than to waste more years. If her sister hadn't tried to kiss me, my wife's inability to admit fault would have surfaced eventually over something else. The security camera was the best $200 I ever spent. Without that footage, this could have gone very differently. She'd have painted me as the bad guy who flirted with her sister. People would have believed her, and I'd have had no proof otherwise. Lesson learned. Trust your gut. Document everything, and when someone shows you they'll blame you for things outside your control, believe them the first time. To anyone dealing with similar gaslighting, you're not crazy. If your partner is bending reality to avoid taking responsibility, get out. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. I'm doing okay now, not great, but okay. Work is good, Biscuit is perfect, therapy is helping. My brother's been solid through all this. The wild thing is sometimes I still get the urge to text my ex about something funny that happened, then remember I can't. That she'd find a way to make it about something I did wrong. The deprogramming takes time. Last thing. Ran into her sister's ex-husband last month, completely random, at a hardware store. We recognized each other from family events. Hey, you're? Yeah. Heard about the divorce and the situation? Yeah. For what it's worth, she pulled similar nonsense with me. Made everything my fault, even her own mistakes. You dodged a bullet with that family. Which one? Both of them, man. Both of them. We got coffee. Swapped horror stories. Turns out the sister accused him of flirting with a waitress on their anniversary. Then he later found out she'd been the one having an affair with a coworker. Projection, apparently, runs in the family. He's remarried now. Happy. Says it gets better. I believe him. Anyway, that's it. The whole ridiculous saga. My Thanksgiving from hell that ended a marriage and destroyed a sisterhood. At least I got biscuit out of it. Thanks for reading, Reddit. Your comments on my first post made me feel less insane. That mattered more than you know. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a dog to walk and a life to rebuild.